moving on to the next theorems in the topic lattice. Theorem number 11. Show that in a lattice L meet join the least upper bound and greatest lower bound of any two elements is unique. So we have to prove that, because we all know that in a lattice every pair of elements has a greatest lower bound and a least upper bound. But in this theorem we have to verify that if the least upper bound of two elements is unique as well as the greatest lower bound of two elements is also unique. ये नहीं होगा कदे भी कि इको ही पेयर दे ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ दो लीस्ट अपर बाउंड्स मिल जान और या दो ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड्स मिल जान ਤਾਂ ਇਹ यूनिक होणगे। हाँ अपर बाउंड्स कई हो सकते हैं बट उन्हां अपर बाउंड्स ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ लीस्ट अपर बाउंड है दैट विल बी यूनिक। एंड सिमिलरली लोअर बाउंड्स कई हो सकते हैं बट उन्हां लोअर बाउंड्स ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ग्रेटेस्ट होएगा दैट विल बी यूनिक। ਇਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਥਿਓਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੈਰੀਫਾਈ ਕੀਤਾ। ਤਾਂ यूनिकनेस प्रूफ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਮੈਥਡ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ वो यही है। Let us suppose L1 and L2 be the two greatest lower bounds of elements A comma B belonging to it. Because we have to prove greatest lower bound of any two elements is unique, so let us suppose L1 L2 be the two greatest lower bounds. So की करेंगे हम जे ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਦੋ suppose कर लिया, अगर इन्हों ने unique proof करना है that means we have to prove L1 is equal to L2. So firstly take L1 as a greatest lower bound and L2 as a lower bound. That means because both are the greatest lower bounds, then obviously both are the lower bounds as well. So firstly we are assuming that L1 is a greatest lower bound and L2 is simply a lower bound. Okay, so with this thing we would get L2 as a lower bound only, therefore L2 will be less than or equal to L1 due to the relation lower bound is less than or equal to greatest lower bound due to this relation. And here we have supposed L1 as a greatest lower bound and L2 as a lower bound. So that's why L2 is less than or equal to L1. So due to this reason we have L2 less than or equal to L1. And similarly now take it reversely. पहला सी L1 नु greatest lower bound लेता सी, हुन L2 नु ले। Take L2 as a greatest lower bound and L1 is simply a lower bound. So you will got the relation L1 less than or equal to L2 with the same reason. So from 1 and 2 दोवें एक दूसरे तो less than or equal to हैं और lattices ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ less than or equal to ਜਿਹੜਾ relation operation ਹੁੰਦਾ है that is antisymmetric. So that's why L2 less than or equal to L1 and L1 less than or equal to L2 must imply L2 is equal to L1. And similarly for the least upper bounds, let us suppose U1 and U2 be the two least upper bounds of elements A and B belonging to them. So same thing we can do here. Take U2 as a least upper bound and U1 as only a upper bound. And again by using this condition least upper bound will be less than or equal to upper bound. Least upper bound जो है वो less than or equal to upper bound होएगा. So that's why U2 is less than or equal to U1. And similarly take U1 as a least upper bound and U2 as a upper bound. So you must have U1 less than or equal to U2, and combining 3 and 4 we get U2 equal to U1. Hence the least upper bound of any two elements as well as the greatest lower bound of any two elements in a lattice L is unique. Now the next topic is distributive lattice. In this topic we would have an important results regarding the distributive lattice. Firstly I would explain the definition of distributive lattice. Let L join meet is a lattice under less than or equal to, means the relation is denoted by less than or equal to, that is L less than or equal to is a lattice both least upper bound and greatest lower bound of any two elements existed. This is the definition of the lattice. Then L join meet is called a distributive lattice. इसनु हुन ਅਸੀਂ distributive कदों बोलांगे when we have these two laws hold for every ABC belonging to them. And the word distributive is used as an adjective before the word lattice due to the nature of the property. The nature of the property you can say here we have A join outside and it is distributing over B and C. जो अंदर अपने को B ते C सीगा ਇਹਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ A ਤੇ B A join ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ distribute. And similarly you can see here उरे अपने को जड़ा A meet है outside, A B और C दे ऊपर distributed. So that's why the lattice is called a distributive lattice. एक चीज ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ याद होएगी previous video ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ discuss ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ कि in every lattice we have this kind of relation, distributive inequalities. ये ਅਸੀਂ previous video ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ discuss ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ कि कोई भी जनरल ਜਿਹੜੀ lattice है उसਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ less than or equal to ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ relations ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, inequality ਦੀ form ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ relation. बट ਜਿਹੜੀ लैटिस ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਇਕੁਐਲਿਟੀ ਫਾਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਇਕੁਅਲ ਆਏਗਾ then that lattice is called distributive lattice. Otherwise in any general lattice both these relations hold under inequality, but if in such a lattice in which these both hold under equality then that lattice is called a distributive lattice. So this is all about the definition of distributive lattice. So now moving on to the theorems relating to the distributive lattice, show that every chain is a distributive lattice. Chain means that partially ordered set in which every two elements are comparable. ऐसा partial ordered set जिस दे विच हर एक दो elements ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ compare ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ example ਕੀਤੀ ਵੀ ਸੀਗੀ कि natural numbers ਦਾ ਅਗਰ ਅਸੀਂ set ਲਈਏ 1 2 3 4 5 6 and so on और relation रखिए usual less than or equal to, just numeric value nu compare karna hai, then you can say if I give you 1 and 2 you can compare them, you can say 1 is less than or equal to 2, 1 is related to 2. Or if I give you 5 and 100 then you can also compare these two elements, you can say 5 is less than or equal to 100. Means every pair of elements are comparable. एक ना एक element तो छोटा होएगा ही होएगा ना दोनों, क्योंकि we are comparing their numeric value. So every two elements in this lattice are comparable and such a lattice is called a chain or toset, totally ordered set. And we have to now verify that every chain is a distributive lattice. कि जेडी भी कोई lattice chain होएगी वो हमेशा एक जेडी है distributive lattice form करेगी, हमेशा ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਦੋਵੇਂ distributive laws ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈ ਉਹ hold ਕਰਨਗੇ under the symbol of equality. So let us suppose L less than or equal to is a chain and let A, B, C belonging to L be the three elements. To verify the distributive property we should need the three elements, so we have considered three elements A, B, C belonging to L. Then there are following possible cases for a chain. Because every two elements are comparable, we have the following two possibilities. First possibility is A less than or equal to B and B less than or equal to C. Means we are saying that because every two are comparable, so we are supposing A is less than or equal to B and B is less than or equal to C. Means A is related to B as well as C and B is related to C. So this is kind of relation we have supposed in the first case. So if you have A less than or equal to B, then obviously you must have A meet B is equal to A and A join B is equal to B. क्योंकि ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਦੋ ਐਲੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੰਪੇਅਰੇਬਲ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੋਵਾਂ ਦਾ ਗ੍ਰੇਟੈਸਟ ਲੋਅਰ ਬਾਉਂਡ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦੋਵਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੀਟ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਮਾਲਰ ਐਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਐਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਰਿਲੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ that is A, ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੋਵਾਂ ਦਾ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਗ੍ਰੇਟਰ ਐਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਮੀਨਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆਨਸਰ। ਤਾਂ A meet B A ਹੋਏਗਾ ਔਰ A join B B ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਐਂਡ ਸਿਮਿਲਰਲੀ A and C ਵਾਸਤੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ A is less than or equal to C due to transitivity. So you can say A meet C is equal to A and A join C is equal to C. And similarly for B and C, B meet C is B and B join C is C. So if we are getting all these relations, then calculating the left hand side and right hand side of distributive properties. For the left hand side, A meet B join C. B join C is C. Pop it from here. B join C is C. And you will get A meet C now, and A meet C is equal to A. Copy it from here. And the right hand side, A meet B join A meet C. A meet B is equals to A. You can see here, and A meet C is also equal to A. You can see from here, and in between we have the symbol of join. So here I have taken join. A join A is. So these two statements says A meet B join C is equal to A meet B join A meet C. Similarly, for the second distributive property, A join B meet C. B meet C is equal to B, and A join is taken as it is, and A join B is B. And similarly for right hand side, A join B meet A join C, A join B is B, A join C is C, and their meet is B. And from these two results, we got left hand side equal to right hand side. Hence both the distributive laws hold under case 1. Now case number 2. If we have supposed A greater than or equal to B and B greater than or equal to C. Under this case, we must have now A meet B is equal to B, because in this relation we have reversed the inequality. So the meet will be the smaller element. Now smaller element is B, and A join B will be the greater element, and greatest element is A. So that's why A join B is A. And similarly, A meet C is C. Smaller element is C now. So A meet C is C, and A join C is A. And similarly for B meet C equal to C, and B join C equal to B. So same thing, calculating the left hand side, A meet B join C. Now this time B join C is equal to B. Therefore A meet B is equal to B. And calculating the right hand side, A meet B join A meet C. A meet B is equals to B, and A meet C is equal to C. So B join C, and the join of B and C is equal to B here. So we also get here the answer B. And for the second distributive equality, similarly you can calculate it. The left hand side will be equal to A, and the right hand side will be equal to A. Hence both distributive laws hold. So we have observed here the two cases. Okay, in case number 1, I have taken A less than or equal to B, B less than or equal to C. And in case number 2, I have taken A greater than or equal to B and B greater than or equal to C. Under these two cases, you all have noticed is that both the distributive laws hold, and only these two cases are arising because we have every two elements are comparable, not any other case, because every two elements are comparable. So you have either A less than or equal to B, or B less than or equal to A, or B less than or equal to A. So I have considered both of the things. A less than or equal to B is considered in the case 1, and B less than or equal to A is considered in the case 2. And for A and C, you have A less than or equal to C, or C greater than or C less than or equal to A. So this case has been considered in case number 1, and this case has been considered in case number 2. And similarly for B and C, B less than or equal to C case is considered in case 1, and B greater than or equal to C is considered in case 2. So every cases are covered under these two cases only. So we have discussed this theorem in these two cases. So, and you can observe that both the distributive laws hold under these two operations. So all this is about the distributive law. Every chain is a distributive.